Hello, welcome to Pro Mixing and Mastering. Today I'm going to teach you and show you how to mix international African rumba vocals, and they go like this. I'm working on this part right here. Let me just highlight this. So very simple plugins that I have used. Let us go ahead and open up this vocal, which is in group number 2 right there. So this is group number 2, as you can see. So this is group number 2, and in group number 2, the first thing that I want to show you guys is this guy right here. This is a very good plugin, especially when you want to add presence to the vocal, add excitement to the vocal, and this is why it is called Voxider. It just excites your vocal. I'm gonna turn it off. Listen to this. Now listen to this. Let me turn it on. Suddenly the vocal just comes alive, and there is that high end, top end to the vocal, and the vocal just sounds clear and modern. So this is what Exciter is doing. So let me turn off all these, just the vocal alone. This is how the vocal sounds like. Let me also go into the group and turn off this. So this is the processing that I did, and turn off this, and this is how the main vocal sounds like. Very dry, and just that natural room sound or studio sound or booth sound is what I'm able to pick from here. Let me mute these. Let me play it, then I'm gonna turn on Voxider. Voxider is turned on, and how I love to set up Voxider is the intensity. Just take, immediately you load Voxider, take your intensity to 15. 15 is very, very good. Of course, there is also drive, which is distortion, a little bit of distortion, which is around 60. And now there is something that I want to show you. This Voxider is very, very powerful. It comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It comes with 5 plugins, if I can put it in that way, 5 in 1. There is a get. So whenever a get is on, you just have to come and turn it on. A get is the work of a get is to silence those parts where the singer is not singing, so that the background noise can be cut off or silenced. So in this case, I don't need a get, so there is a get. Then it also comes with an EQ. There is an EQ1 and an EQ2, but in this case I'm not using EQ. It's off right there, but I am using a second compressor right within Voxider to compress those transients and some of those places where the vocals or the excitement or the highs are a little bit lower. This compresses those highs just to maintain them. So I'm using a compressor. My threshold is -17 ratio. 11 to 1, and then gain, just raised up the vocal volume a little bit more to 2.1, and of course you can just come here and just hold and raise the volume to where you want it to be. So let me put it on 2.2, and then the attack is on 0, very fast attack, release 6 to 1, and then there is also side chain. There is 1 2 3 4 5, and there is also side chain. You can side chain. Of course it's off, I've turned it off for now. And there is also drive. Drive is a distortion. Of course, if you want to add more distortion to the vocal, you can use this. And this is the work of the Voxider. Very powerful, and I recommend this plugin. And the next one is a Compressor De-esser, my favorite, like one of my favorite. Really, like, this is the best. Set it to one vocal, and then take your attack to very fast, your release to 2000 very slow, and then your threshold to -60.0. It really works. Just down there, just take it down, all the way down. Your ratio, take it all the way up, which is a 1-to-1 ratio, not very high ratio like 64. This one can go up to 64.1 to 1, but I took it all the way to 1-to-1 ratio, since our threshold is -60, like too much, but the ratio is like a very little or small ratio. Then my de-esser, I have a de-esser, though I'm gonna add another de-esser in this one. So when this is turned on, the vocal is just going to be amplified a little bit more, and those other places which the vocal is a little bit lower are just going to be raised to a level of those other vocals which are a little bit higher, like this. And suddenly we have that warmth to the vocal. Let me turn this off, bypass. On. So there is just that warmth added to it. Then next we have a reverb A. Wet is on 10, just a little bit. Dry is on 100, and reverb time is 1 milliseconds, and then a little bit of pre-delay, 10 milliseconds. Room size is 80, just a little bit to like make the vocal wet and go in the background a little bit like this. Very nice. Then I threw in a parametric EQ. Parametric EQ really helps a lot, and this is like one of my favorite. Also, it does the job very well. If you just want to get rid of unnecessary frequencies, this is a way to go. They come in, this is a bundle. This and this are like brothers, so it's a TC works, so it comes as a bundle. Very nice bundle, and I have just wrote off those muddy frequencies, this one and this one, and a little bit there and a little bit there, just to clean up the vocal. And now the vocal sounds like this with this turn on. Before, on. So this is what we got in group number 2. And not many plugins. The only thing that I'm gonna add next is a de-esser. So when we come to the inserts, let's go to the inserts. I have none right there. So I'm gonna add in a de-esser. As you can see, there are certain places where the S's are too much, like this. Let's also go ahead and just turn on double delay. I threw in a delay, double delay. Double delay helps the vocals to be spread and just to sound great in speakers, like this. Yeah, so those are prolonging vocal chops are a result of this double delay. Very nice Cubase double delay. And then another reverb. The main reverb is here. My reverb is set all the way to negative. My send is negative 15.59, and then the same type, which is the wet is 100, dry is on 80 this time, and my room is my reverb time is 0.60 milliseconds, just a little bit, since we added it to the track. This side. So just like that. So now it sounds like this. So there are just some parts where the S's are too much. So let's go ahead and throw in our next plugin, which is gonna be a de-esser from Waves. Let us use a Waves de-esser, and the type of de-esser that I love, that I think can do the job very well, is a de-esser stereo. So let's go ahead and throw in a de-esser stereo. This is just gonna do the job very well. So just drop down the threshold a little bit, Yeah, I think it's much better right there. Yeah, on the S, sa, they are tamed and controlled right there. And of course, sometimes the de-esser can be playing around with your ears. So what you do is bypass and then turn on, bypass, turn on to see if the vocals are still sounding great. Well, just maybe 0.9 dB that I just need to add to the vocal. Otherwise, the volume difference is not too much. I can just like take back maybe 1 dB back so that the vocal can still sound a little bit up front. Alright, now that we have controlled the S's, let's go ahead and turn on our edit channel and come to equalizer number 2. I'm using 2 EQs, the main EQ and the other EQ, which is from TC Works. So let's go ahead and turn on this. So as you can see, I've rolled off a little bit of that muddy frequency and then raised up those highs, and now the vocal sounds like this. And now maybe I can now try to just raise up the volume a little bit, and just a little bit. Alright guys, in the next one I'm gonna break down how I have mixed these backing vocals. So I hope this video has helped you. I'll see you in the next one.